system that's really based around the industrial kind of notion where education is a sliver in your lifetime and professors procure everything. We don't have a system that adapts with your needs over your lifetime, as Daphne spoke about in terms of retooling yourself for continuing education. And there's an enormous need for that out there. That means that, plus we have the cost explosion that's been quoted so many times, that at some point this inflection might happen. And that's one of the reasons why I'm actually here. And Daphne is here. We want to prevent this from happening. We want to have this happening in a way that has everybody on board and doesn't toss the baby out with the bathwater. But I can give you 20 examples of how it's happening right now today.
Can I just add to that
sure.
very quickly, just maybe even in closing? If I could just echo what Sebastian's saying, I think the real worry for higher education institutions isn't online, it isn't some of the things we're talking about here. It's really, I think, this issue of skills versus education. And if I could just hone in on it, another way to look at this question is, could you foresee a time when an AA degree from this college that we're sitting on today, a person earning that degree earns more than a person with a bachelor's? Well, it was just announced today that 30% of AA degree folks are doing that by out-earning bachelors. Why? Because they are honing down on skill sets that employers want. And I can foresee a time if our universities really don't kind of get it, particularly with the online entrees and platforms available, where employers themselves will come up with their own sets. And employers themselves will find their own platforms. And people will find this different path to the employer that may bypass education as we know it today, particularly higher education, directly to get to the Google development job, to get to the skilled nursing center, to get to the things that are necessary. And if you think about it, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, if I had told you that 30% of AA degree folks coming from community college are now earning bachelor degrees, we would have said just not possible. I think as Sebastian was saying, I think you're going to find online platforms being something very, very different for the employer sector. Our institutions have to change, because if not, they're going to find another market, not necessarily MOOC providers who are trying to give institutions the tools to compete, but employers themselves going and saying, these are the 10 skill sets necessary, here are the 10 courses that we think are available, and by the way, don't go to college. Go directly through our program.
And one issue to toss into this mix is consumer confidence. There's been a belief built up in this nation that college education is worth it no matter what. And I think that confidence is slowly going away, that people ask that question. There's programs by people not on the table that provide degree granting MOOCs for credit, and credit granting MOOCs, not degree granting MOOCs, as a recruitment tool for colleges. There's been a New York Times article that says dozens of state universities have signed up for a program like this. And I think what this will happen is also do is first it's going to kind of question the economic basis of many colleges that have invested in things like real estate and faculty. The fact that there be this revolution going on. And also it's going to, I think, affect consumer confidence of the students saying, look, this is worth getting into. Today, I think we have a good situation in California. We have a fine situation. We have more students want to go to college than they can. If you extrapolate, I think if we do nothing, it'll flip. That to me is actually the real topic on the table, which is not whether MOOCs are good or not. For me, the real topic is how can we bring the education system in the 21st century and revolutionize it, can come with cost structure that makes sense, service structure that makes sense, adaptability to individual students, flexibility so it serves you over a lifetime rather than just a thin slice. And that's where my passion is. There's a lot of, Peter Thiel calls it the next bubble, right? And we've witnessed the .com bubble, we witnessed the housing bubble, the financial bubble. If he's correct, we're in for a stormy ride, and this is our chance to think about this, where we want to be.